Hi, I'm Emmett. We're at Emmett's here on Macdougal Street in Soho, and we specialize in Chicago-style pizza. I grew up in a suburb of Chicago, born and raised, and actually worked in a pizzeria as a pizza delivery guy. So I was eating pizza pretty much on a daily basis since I was like maybe 16 or 17 years old. When I came to college, I went to school at Fordham University up in the Bronx. You know, I just assumed that we'd be able to find some type of Chicago-style pizza here, and when I found out that you couldn't get like a legitimate Chicago-style pizza, I said, well, that's kind of crazy, you know, maybe one day I'd want to do that. And the idea just kind of stuck with me. So I started making pizza and just kind of experimented with recipes, and when I got the taste that really reminded me back home, I said, okay, you know, now we're on to something. The way we really make our Chicago pizza is kind of really unique to my learning experience. We like doing like a 72-hour ferment. So it really kind of gives it like a nice, robust flavor. We're using some California vine-ripened tomatoes. Being that the pizza's cooked for about a half an hour in the oven, the tomatoes really sweeten in the oven. It's very much like a heavy blanketing of cheese, so you're going to probably see like 2 or 3 times the amount of cheese in a deep dish pizza than you would on a Neapolitan or New York style pizza. So there's a couple different blends that we like to put in there that gives it a little bit of flavor, but it's primarily mozzarella cheese. You know, it's really like a slow bake, and we also cook at 450 degrees. You know, a lot of pizzerias, especially like Neapolitan pizzerias, they're cooking at like, you know, a lot of times over 900 degrees. So this is like a slow bake. In Chicago, I think our most common and popular meat topping is sausage. Really, the nice thing is when the pizza cooks, all the fat comes out from the sausage, so you're getting, you know, not only like the perfect bake, but you're getting all the fat coming from the sausage onto the cheese. We let it sit for about 3 minutes. You know, if I were to cut it right out of the oven, it's almost like a soup. It's like molten lava. So you give it some time for it to settle and harden. You know, being from Chicago, we have a big sense of pride in where we're from, and we were kind of like the ugly stepchild of pizza, you know, as far as like New Yorkers want to look at it. It's kind of fun being the underdog, you know, it's like being like Daniel in the Karate Kid or something like that. You know, the proof's really in the pudding as far as like, you know, you see like a $1 slice pizza, you know, you're really getting what you pay for. So with us, we'd rather kind of err on the side of using better quality ingredients and producing like a superior product.